But I do know this, that it's only 3 people that had contracts with Puff and Bad Boy.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right? Jay-Z, over the course of his career, and I have to still say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
So who's next? Y'all don't see the lineup? Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit.
The FBI just raided Jay-Z's private plane, and what they found is becoming viral online. You won't believe this. Everyone is in a state of shock as we discuss some quite advanced topics. Simply imagine the most weird item you could find on a famous person's plane, then magnify that by 1,000. This is a whole new level of scandal that will spark discussion for months to come. It's not your normal celebrity drama.
Is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough where he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s. And one day, Asner, Kushner, Diddy, and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, you know, like some of his music, the whole 9 yards. But when we went over to the, I think that was Prudential Center in Newark, and him and Puff met up, it was strange to me. Because I remember what Puff was trying to do. And then both of them, they was talking about something amongst each other, amongst all of us, and laughing and joking with each other. Then over the years, I see them giving garden parties. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell that the people in power had gave that reign to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him, when in fact, they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky shit, and Diddy is, and was, rambunctious, just out with it, it don't mean that they not two of the same. One just a little quieter with his shit.
What happened at the basketball game? When they ran into, you guys ran into Jay-Z?
They was talking amongst each other about their little white girls. They little skinny white girls.
When it comes to Jay-Z, the FBI doesn't just show up for nothing, girl. What then prompted them to target the hip-hop king? Imagine that today is just another ordinary day at the airport. Jay's private jet is lounging on the tarmac as if nothing were wrong, just the normal noise of aircraft landing and taking off. However, it appeared as though someone had called, and all of the FBI officers rushed the scene with a sense of urgency that shouted that something significant was about to happen. Knowing that this would be widely shared on social media in a matter of seconds, many stopped dead in their tracks and started making calls. Witnesses are now disclosing all kinds of information, and rumors are circulating. Suits allegedly entered Jay's flight as though they owned it, according to some reports. Another person claimed to have heard shouts coming from within the aircraft, and another claimed to have seen workers taking out crates. With far more bling, the entire situation was reminiscent of a Law and Order episode from real life.
I don't, yeah. And do you hear little things here and there? I'm not gonna lie. When certain people get to a certain level of fame, I don't know why, but you start to hear little about certain people sometimes. And I don't know how many people are really exempt from it. Because if you really think about most of your top celebrities, black celebrities, rappers, I feel like the ones that are at the top for a long time, I feel like I've heard a rumor damn near about all of them. Not that I've seen anything, but it's always these top motherfuckers. Now, some people will say, oh, well, that's just a hating. It could be. Or it could be that motherfuckers got to join a club in order to get to a certain level. I don't know. I'm not in the club, so I wouldn't know. But it's just a little weird that everybody that goes past a certain point, you'll hear a little. And these be behind the scenes rumors too. This is not just internet shit. This be before the internet existed. You understand? Because it's easy for some shit to fly around now with the internet. But a lot of this shit was pre-internet. And it was getting around. You see? So, makes it a little different. It still could be some bullshit, but I'm just saying. Some of these rumors been around about people for a long time. You've been hearing little things about them. And have I heard little shit about Jay-Z? Yup. Do I think that he's trying to emulate himself and present himself as a gay painter, like to look like Basquiat? Yup, I do. I think 50 Cent was right about that. I think that's a code to, especially to white people, that he's approachable, he's cultured, but Basquiat was also bisexual. So is that a code that you're trying to tell these white people too? By trying to emulate this guy? I don't know, but it doesn't look.
Numerous theories are circulating on the internet. Some speculate that this has something to do with his music empire, implying questionable behind-the-scenes operations. Others hypothesize that it might have anything to do with his other business endeavors. Jay works with streaming services, sports agencies, and more. However, there are rumors that this was more than a random check. The FBI had a plan and a specific goal in mind. The X on their treasure map appears to have denoted Jay's private jet. I understand your question. Does this imply that Jay is in danger? The next time we see him, will he be performing the perp walk? Wait a minute, because this is not such a simple story. The plot is more convoluted than a factory of pretzels. We're discussing disclosures that have the power to completely upend the music industry as a whole, not just Jay's world. Because the information is so explosive, it's the kind of controversy that has the potential to ruin careers.
It's some shit that white people would like. It's not some shit that black people look at and be like, oh my God, that is so impressive. He ran with weirdos like Andy Warhol and Keith Haring. They tried to call Keith Haring graffiti back in the days. I hated Keith Haring's art. It was crap. That was not graffiti. That was a white dude from the village who was inspired by graffiti, who started doing some shit, and because he's white, now he can go to galleries and sell this shit for fucking $50,000. And then you got real blacks and yes, Puerto Ricans, you know, and even some poor white people that were doing graffiti uptown on the trains and shit like that, and they couldn't get no money for their shit, you know? And their shit was way more technical, and you know what I mean? And it makes you feel something, and really aligned itself with hip hop. But all of that shit, Keith Haring, Basquiat, Andy Warhol with soup cans, get the fuck out of here. That was some shit where they gamed the people into believing that some bullshit was something special. And Jay-Z was one of the first ones, I think, to really talk about Basquiat. And it's like, why? Then you make a song about Tom Ford. That's another homosexual designer. What is this all about? Like,
The truth is considerably more shocking than the widely held belief that the FBI has discovered something unlawful. Can you think of something so startling that it could alter the history of music? What if I told you that an unexpected person is involved? What does a celebrity's private jet evoke in your mind? Luxurious seats you could spend days in, top-notch liquor that flows like water, and perhaps even a solid gold toilet. But believe me when I say that none of that bougie nonsense piqued the FBI's interest. They were pursuing something much more important. There are a ton of crazy theories on the internet. As if Jay's jet were a pharmacy in the sky, some individuals believe they have discovered a flying pharmacy. Some think it has to do with hidden cash piles. However, those concepts pale in comparison to the actual situation. What has everyone in a frenzy isn't what you can see, it's what you can't. We're talking about information, secrets so profound they might make or ruin careers. Imagine learning that all of your preconceived notions about the music business were false. We're spilling that type of tea.
Why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D-Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
And shout out D-Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D-Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
Move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him. And so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you?
The actual kicker, what if those renowned lines aren't all Jay's? What if there's evidence that some of the biggest names in the game have been buying their rhymes all along? Notebooks full of lyrics and poetic gestures, songs and scenes so powerful they could change the course of hip-hop history are the subject of circulating rumors. The music isn't the only thing that matters. There are rumors of secret agreements, deals, and the kind of disclosures that reveal the true power structure in the sector. Jay isn't the only person involved anymore. The whole music industry could be rocked by this. And here's the wild part. What the FBI found isn't necessarily illegal. It's far more scandalous than that. It's the kind of dirt that could ruin reputations, derail careers, and forever change how we see the music industry.
An aneurysm, just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. house to go to. You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no fuck. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get fucked over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right, I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me. I'm gonna tell you the song she should have remade. It's a hit. It would have done great for her. She should have tried it on. Tammy Wynette, classic. Stand by your man. Don't act like you don't know that now. Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by your man. Yeah. Whoops you and disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
Learning that Santa isn't real is one thing, but finding out the entire North Pole has been a scam, that's what this feels like. The FBI didn't just stumble onto Jay's dirty laundry, they opened Pandora's box. And believe me, some of your favorite musicians might not look so squeaky clean anymore. This goes beyond Jay-Z. The whole music world is being scorched by the ramifications from this controversy. Red Bull has the streets buzzing more than a beehive. Who else is involved, everyone asks? Does that slick R&B crooner constantly bring up real lyrics? Or the pop princess who suddenly started spewing bars?
Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you? He put it in everybody else? Wild in this world, yo.
It's funny, you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
that
it.
That belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
And half of which dumbass bitch.
So, you know, it's funny that it's crazy you say these things.
Nobody would have accepted that bitch.
I think
she went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and shit while she was asleep. You know, snacking on his bitch, killing people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician. And she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls. Impulse control issues? I don't know. I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough.
Imagine a spider web, but instead of trapping bugs, it's ensnaring celebrities, producers, managers, and even the big shot executives pulling the strings. 1 minute, you're looking at Jay-Z. The next, you're 6 degrees deep into the entire industry.